What happens when you stay stressed? In the last section, we looked at the physiology of stress and discussed what happens immediately and automatically when you say to yourself anything that sounds like, uh-oh. Stress begins with a threat thought, and then the fight or flight response turns on. This stress response is only supposed to last about 30 to 60 seconds. Then it's supposed to be over, and you go back to homeostasis. When the stress response remains activated for longer periods, it becomes what we call chronic stress. This is when the problems start. So what happens when you stay in the fight or flight response for a longer amount of time than it is designed to work? Why would this be dangerous? What is the connection between chronic stress and almost all of the health problems that people have today? Before we explore the answers to these questions, we want to focus for a moment on one thing that I think is really cool about human beings. Have you ever gone to a place like an all-you-can-eat buffet where you could eat as much food as you wanted, and you did? Or have you ever gotten really drunk, just smashed, because you drank too much alcohol? Did you happen to listen to the feedback your body gave you after doing these things? Think about the size of your stomach. It's about the size of 2 fists together, right? Not that large. Now, think about how many times you went back for more food. 3, maybe 4 servings. I mean, if it's all you can eat, you might as well eat a lot, right? Your stomach really stretches to fit all that food in there. Now let me ask you, if you ate way too much food, how did you feel when the meal was over? Do you remember? Most people say they want to throw up, or they feel really tired and bloated. Not a good feeling. What about too much alcohol? If you've ever been quite drunk, how did you feel either later that evening or the next morning when you had a hangover? Most people say they felt sick. They couldn't get out of bed. They felt nauseous, sweaty, lightheaded, and with a headache. Again, it's not a good feeling. So what does this mean? These feelings, these unpleasant sensations, according to my holistic view of health, are the body's way of telling us we overdid it. It doesn't mean you're not a good person. Your body is just telling you something with feedback. By the feedback it's giving you, it's probably saying something like, that was too much. It's not a healthy choice for you. It's probably better if you don't do that again. Your body seems to know what is good for it and what isn't, and it gives you signals to let you know. What about the opposite? We can go to the other end of the spectrum and ask questions like, how do you feel when you go to eat a salad or something pretty healthy? How do you feel when you go work out, play racquetball, or do something fun like go for a bike ride? How do you feel when you serve somebody in need or help someone out who's really struggling? How do you feel when you meditate? Are these feelings different than the ones you have when you overdo things? Yes, doing these things generally cause people to feel really good. It doesn't make us any better of a person because we have those feelings. It's just our body's way of telling us that's a good call. Do more of that. What's one of the primary reasons why people love to exercise every day? Sure, they're interested in staying healthy, but as much as anything, there are terrific feelings that naturally come from the exercise. You've probably felt that when you've been jogging or biking, for example. After a while, you get this huge flood of, oh man, this feels so great. Why does that happen? Your body is essentially saying, this exercise stuff is good for you, and I'm going to reward you by giving you these great feelings so that you'll want to do it more. Our body really knows what is good for our well-being. The reason why I mention this is because the body also sends us messages about our stress. Whenever we do something that activates the stress response and keeps it in a state of imbalance longer than about 30 to 60 seconds, our body will start to give us feedback, letting us know of the imbalance. The body sends us a warning instead of a reward. Under long-term or chronic stress, the body sends us different messages. This is not healthy. There's an imbalance. And here's my feedback to you so you'll do something different. What chronic stress feedback signals is your body giving you? Find out in the next 2 videos.